nobody prepared us for any of this. Like, genuinely, where was the class? Where was the older sibling who actually told the truth? Because everything we got was either a movie scene that made it look like the easiest thing in the world, or some awkward 5-minute health class that was mostly diagrams and zero practical information. Thanks. Super helpful. Really set us up. And then on top of that, you've got your friends. Your friends who, by the way, are all absolutely lying. Every single one of them. 16-year-old guys especially. Those guys have never told the truth about anything in their lives. Someone in your friend group claimed it was amazing and completely normal, and he knew exactly what he was doing. He did not. Nobody did. We were all just nodding and going, yeah, same, while internally having absolutely no idea what we were talking about. So you carry all of that with you. This weird mix of hype and pressure, and absolutely zero accurate information. And somewhere along the way you decide, consciously or not, that when it actually happens, you are going to seem like you know what you're doing. That's the goal. Not to actually know. Just to seem like you know. Big difference. So the day comes. Or the night. Whatever. The point is, it's happening. And first of all, the preparation. Because you prepared. Don't pretend you didn't. You Googled stuff. We're not going to talk about what stuff. You know what stuff. The search history got deleted so fast it didn't even have time to autosave. You read things, watched things, absorbed more information in 48 hours than you did all semester. And somehow, the moment it's actually relevant, your brain just goes blank. Everything you learned, gone. Your mind is a white screen with a loading circle. Very helpful, brain. Great timing. You also, and this is important, you made a playlist. Don't act like you didn't make a playlist. You spent way too long on that playlist. Like an embarrassing amount of time. You're picking songs like you're scoring a film. Like the music is going to carry the whole thing. Like the right playlist will make you seem effortlessly cool and experienced. And like someone who definitely does this all the time. You were so proud of that playlist is going to absolutely fail you. Just know that going in. Okay, so it's actually happening now. And the first thing that hits you, like immediately, is that nobody told you how logistically complicated this whole thing is. There are so many moving parts. Literally. And none of them are moving in a coordinated way. It's less like a movie scene and more like two people trying to assemble IKEA furniture without the instructions, both convinced they know how it goes. Neither of them willing to admit they've never done this before. You bump heads. It happens. You're going in for something and suddenly it's just heads. Just two foreheads making direct contact. And there's this half second where you both freeze and the situation could go either way. Awkward silence or laughing. And honestly, laughing is the right answer. But in the moment, you're so committed to the vibe that you just kind of push through. You pretend it didn't happen. Bold choice. Someone's elbow is in a completely wrong place and stays there longer than it should because neither of you wants to stop and address the elbow situation. There is a sound at some point. Some kind of sound, could be anything. We're not going to specify. And it lands in the room and you both hear it, and the only correct response is to absolutely never acknowledge it and take it to your grave. And then the playlist, your beautiful, carefully selected playlist, plays one song. One. And then shuffles. To the most random wrong, off-vibe song it could have possibly chosen. And you hear it. You're aware of it. But stopping to fix the music means breaking the moment, so you just let it play. That song is now burned into your brain forever. You will hear it at a random party 3 years from now, and your body will have a physical reaction. Meanwhile, through all of this, you are performing. Because remember, You decided you were going to seem like you knew what you were doing. So even while the elbow situation is happening, even while the playlist is betraying you, there is a version of you that is actively trying to project calm, experienced energy. Like this is just a normal Tuesday for you. Like you do this all the time and it's whatever. And here's the wild part. You can tell they're doing the same thing. You can just tell. They've got the same energy. The same slightly too confident body language of someone who has also never done this and is also fully committed to not letting that show. You are two people performing confidence for each other and both of you know it, and neither of you is going to say anything about it. At some point, your brain, in the middle of everything, very casually asks, "Wait, are we doing this right?" Not out loud. Never out loud. But the thought is there, floating around. And you just have to push it down and keep going and hope that the other person's brain is asking the same question, so at least you're both equally lost together. Spoiler, they are. They always are. Okay, so after is a whole separate thing. It's done and now you're both just kind of there. And the room is quiet. And there's this pause where neither of you has figured out what the vibe is supposed to be now. Like, what's the move here? Do you say something deep? Do you say something funny? Do you just lie there and stare at the ceiling and let the silence mean something? You're going to say something weird. There's no avoiding it. Something that in your head was a completely normal sentence, and out loud is just slightly off. Like the words got rearranged by 15% on the way out of your mouth. And they're going to say something weird back. And somehow, that's what breaks the tension. Two people saying slightly weird things at each other, and then suddenly it's just normal again. And then you actually talk. For a while, probably. About something completely unrelated. Something dumb, a show, a meme, something that happened last week. And it's comfortable in a way you didn't expect. Because the performance is over. Whatever version of yourself you were trying to be for the last hour, that's done now. You can just be a person again. Tired, a bit relieved, slightly hungry for some reason. You might feel really close to them in that moment. Like genuinely, unexpectedly close. Or you might just feel normal. Like the same person you were before, just with a story now. Both are valid. Both are completely fine. Here's the real talk, though. Your first time is almost definitely not going to be your best time. And that used to be kind of a depressing thing to hear, but honestly, it's freeing when you actually think about it. Because it means the first time isn't the final score. It's not the standard, it's just the start. It's you figuring out that this whole thing is way more human and clumsy and real than anything you ever saw in a movie. The playlist betrayed you. There was a head bump. The elbow thing happened. You performed confidence at someone who was performing it right back at you. You both pretended to know what you were doing and neither of you did. And it was still yours. And it was still real. And honestly, the head bump is going to be the part you laugh about later. The weird thing you said after is going to be the detail you tell your friends. The playlist song is going to come on shuffle someday and you're going to send it to that person with zero context, and they're going to immediately know exactly why. That's the stuff that actually stays with you, not the movie version. The real one. Subscribe if this hit home. More videos like this to come